Welcome back. It's time to announce this week's Southern Tier Tuesdays winner. Congratulations to the Twin Tiers Honor Flight.
The nonprofit is being awarded $2,000 from Upstate Shredding and Adam and Clover Weitzman. Joining us now in studio is president of the Twin Tiers Honor Flight, Patty Vincent, the nonprofit's clerk, Patty Jo Catterson, and board member Harold Gary. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, and congratulations.
Well, thank you. We really appreciate this. We appreciate, Adam and Clover recognizing what we do and how important it is that we do.
And we've talked numerous times about the Twin Tiers Honor Flight, but for anyone who maybe hasn't heard about the Honor Flight or hasn't tuned in at any of those times, tell us a little bit more about this wonderful organization.
We are a group that takes veterans to Washington, D.C. To see their memorials. We also provide a welcome home that they maybe didn't get while they were gone.
And I know WBNG recently went on 2 separate trips with veterans, and then we had the first all-women's flight. Any flights coming up in the near future?
Well, we've started planning our spring trip, which will be the last weekend in April, and then we're going to pick a date for the fall.
Okay. And so how do veterans or guardians get involved with this?
They can go to our website, twintiershonorflight.org, and there's the veteran application is right there on the website. They can go to the online application, fill it out, submit it right online. They don't have to go find an envelope, a stamp, anything like that. And it comes right to us, and we go through them and, see, make sure everybody is, we've got everything we need, all the information, and we hopefully get them signed up for a trip.
And now, Harold, I know that you're a World War II veteran, and talk to us about being a part of a board member now for the Twin Tiers Honor Flight and what that's like for you.
That was an honor that I wasn't expecting when I went to one of their reunions, and they surprised me with presenting me with a certificate of honorary board member. I don't have to do anything.
You're honorary. You just kind of come in and you show up.
Yeah. He comes in and he tells his story. And, one of his mantras is that veterans need to tell their story. And, hopefully that's one of the things we help facilitate. I know Caitlin and Macy came back and told a lot of stories, told a lot of veterans' stories when they came back. And that's, we want to get their stories out there.
Yeah, because for a lot of veterans, I imagine it's such an emotional experience, to go and then to be able to, tell their story.
A lot of them have never told their story. I was talking to somebody here just a little bit ago, and it is a real talent for somebody to get some of these stories. And, Caitlin and Macy have been amazing in how they do it. But I think it allows the veterans to just kind of release a little bit of something. And it's something that I think our younger generation needs to hear about. As Harold says, they need to tell their story.
There may be a reason that they don't. Some of them might be still suffering from what they went through, or they may feel that by telling their story they're being a braggart, and they hesitate. There are several reasons. I've told my story in a personal book that I've been challenged to tell my story. Well, I wrote a book about my life, and I put my story in there.
And I think for a lot of people that, this is just a great space too, like you were saying, if you are comfortable with sharing a story that you have, this is the perfect opportunity to do so.
And I think sometimes they don't know how to tell their story. So Hopefully by going on a trip, spending time with other veterans, spending time listening to other stories, and they can, you know, get that feeling of, you know, it's okay to talk about it. You know, some of the stories make you laugh, some make you cry. We see it all and we love them all. So I think Patty Jo, you know, can attest to the fact that, you know, the more we go, the more stories we hear and the more that, you know, it touches us.
I spoke to a veterans group last night, and one of the individuals there was on a recent honor flight with his wife, and she came up to me afterwards and she said, I can't thank you enough, because my husband was a Vietnam vet and he came back emotionally wounded, not able to talk. He was ashamed of his service, and she said honor flight changed that.
Wow, that's wonderful to hear. And I know we've seen, I've never been able to be there firsthand, but I've seen the welcome home videos, and that's just amazing. I can only imagine how it feels to be on that bus and get that welcome home. Like you were saying before, that's a lot of people never truly received.
That is part of, you know, what we are proud of doing, is to give them that welcome home. And, you know, we've been very lucky in that we've had good weather for all of our welcome homes, and we're able to, you know, give that to them. And I'd encourage people to come on out and join us on a welcome home.
Harold will be there.
Now, we've kind of run out of time, but very quickly, let us know what you'll be doing with this $2,000 that you were awarded.
We will be using it to make some veterans go on this trip and make it so that they can, you know, see their memorials and do what they feel they need to do.
Awesome. Well, thank you all so much for joining us this morning. Congratulations again on winning Southern Tier Tuesdays. And thank you specifically for sharing your stories and maybe helping others help to share their stories too. I'll get some more of those organization details too right now. The Twin Tiers Honor Flight was created for the sole purpose of honoring America's veterans for their sacrifices. As part of the National Honor Flight Network, the nonprofit transports veterans to Washington, D.C. so that they can visit and reflect at their memorials. Veterans always travel free, and Guardian applications can be filled out and submitted online.
And for more on previous grant recipients, be sure to check out Southern Tier Tuesdays on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.